I need food. I need food. I need food. Holy fuck.
Oh god. That's some. That's what I had on me. One of those days, huh? Oh, you feel a little bit better now.
Yeah. It was a long night.
Oh,
Can I get 6 meals, please?
6 meals? No worries. Anything in particular for you?
Yeah, a little bit of motor oil, if you don't mind, on the drinks.
Unfortunately, I don't have motor oil.
Oh, no worries. All right, there we go.
All right. Just getting your day started then, eh?
Yeah. It was a long night. Long fucking night.
Well, I hope you got some rest at least. That's the important bit, getting a little bit of rest before starting another shift.
Yeah, nice little, 4 hours of sleep should be good enough.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Well, be safe, okay?
I appreciate it.
What you do is a risky one, but it's
what's this?
Good.
Oh. I gotta go. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Oh, fuck. I have that on me. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. What? Why does it? Shit. Fuck. Why does that not have a touch? Oh, fuck. We need a name for Lang. Fuck, who the fuck drops shit on the ground, man? Wait a minute. 13,900. God damn it. I'm gonna have a chat with Springfield later. She's the one who's talking about garbage. I think she's making it. Woo. What the fuck is this? Wait. Wait. That was gonna turn into garbage. Hold on. Na 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 na. Okay. Man, we got so much shit to do today, chat. How good was yesterday? La na 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 na. Ooh, wee wee woo wee woo woo. That's so good, huh? Okay. Let's start with the book. Mr. What are we gonna call Lang? He needs a name. Miyagi? Alfred. What is Alfred's last name? It needs to be something that you can't just like easily deduce. Mr. Penny? It doesn't flow. It's gotta like flow a little, you know? In which multiple inmates escaped. Book page number 1. Oh my god, it literally has his name on it. That's going into classified. Thank God for external MDT. Mr. Redacted Corleone. Who's not able to directly name the besties as He's not willing to directly name the besties as he was afraid of the onslaught that would follow. He did not mention afterwards. Mr. Stark. Led Knight to an undisclosed location. One that Knight has never seen before. There, he provided Knight the means by which the Faceless's network. The information that was seen was unlike an extreme good faith, as this digital packet displayed a series of vital faceless mission briefs. I'll bite only the titles. That was so funny yesterday when I loaded up the website and it was like oh yeah, I have level 5 access. He's like, what the fuck? He was so defeated. To be fair, it took us like 2 months. Like it took, okay, maybe not 2 months, but like maybe 2 months, like 6 weeks from the time he was gonna show me something to when it eventually happened. That by the time it eventually happened, like we had dug so deep, you know what I mean? So had he shown us that what, like a month ago, it would have been like, whoa. But now, because of the Brandon stuff, Brandon showed us his entire shit. Which is a really cool story that we had to face his asset turn and show us his entire network. Remember the day? I actually think that Lang should take Brandon, but he never will. Which would be funny as fuck, to be honest. That's never gonna happen. Yo, Brandon has been amazing throughout this entire arc. He's so arrogant, it's great. Like the sheer arrogance. Motherfucker, like, moved, we fucking moved entire skyscrapers to save his ass, only for him to be like, I don't want to talk right now. I want to go to bed. Yo, when Delta One called yesterday and he was like saying how it was Hammer 9. It was Hammer 9 squad, bro. Oh my God, I fucking lost it, bro. Fucking Hammer 9 were the people. It was Hammer 9. I haven't deep dived it. I will. Wait, I don't know if he gave me a USB though, or if it's only in the... I think... I don't think I can deep dive it. Chat. Yeah, I think it's only on that supercomputer. Exactly. Which is fine. I mean, I took a flip through it. I've seen most of that shit. Most of that stuff is, I mean, I can quite literally look at the Brandon, stuff. And there'll be more. And even if there was stuff and I get it evaporated, whatever, it is what it is. I mean, you roll with the RP. You don't, you know. It's not like the RP has been bad. In fact, it's made it more interesting because more time was needed. How you doing, Ruth?
Doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good. I have a fuckload of pay. Are you gonna be around for a while?
I'll be around for a bit, yeah.
Okay, good. I have to so much happened yesterday that I don't know where to begin in terms of report writing. So actually,
anything I can help with.
Once I get a sense of what happened yesterday. So I think what I'm going to do first is kind of like make sure we have reports of everything.
So this might help you with that. I created a report, Brandon Hot Potato Timeline of Events. So it's all of that because I was trying to make sense of what happened. There is a gap that needs to be filled in that I assume purposely wasn't in the MDT.
Yeah.
Which is after he was in custody, how did he then get kidnapped again? Like there's a gap there. But everything else seems pretty well documented.
What do you have up to, roughly?
I have from when we talked to Delta One. Then it goes into when I talked to Brandon, what he told us, then into the entire at the beginning, like, did you guys try to locate Brandon? Because the first thing I could find in the report was he was identified as a hostage in a black baka. I don't know if there's more to that. I did add Brian Fix tag to that incident.
Good.
Just because your statement's not in there, and I know that's one that needs to be in there.
Perfect. I think
but this identifies how we got DJ Cooper, William Hunter, the Alex Moreno Larkin being killed.
I think the best course of action is I do some report writing because that's going to remind me. That's how I best recall my,
Your stuff, yeah.
My stuff.
If you want to look at my timeline, I might at least help you know where the gaps are that need to be filled in.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I just actually came across why you might want subpoena for Frederick White. So while you're going through that, I can
yes,
I can start cooking on that.
So I'm gonna give you a high level because if we deep dive, it's gonna burn time that So yesterday we got the call, Yo Dog Brandon. And were you here when we set up for Brandon Valentino? It was right after the Lang situation.
You guys were setting up as I went. So you're setting up.
Okay.
I gave the information to everybody. Yeah. And the next thing in the report I find is that he's a hostage in a black box.
So Brandon ends up he was with Alice.
Yep.
And he was refusing to fucking come with us. Like, it was insane. Just throwing a goddamn tantrum because he always thinks he knows better. And then on top of all of it, he says there's like a helicopter overhead and I cannot like mobilize the troops because Brandon is the most like needy, won't shut the fuck up and follow directions son of a bitch ever. So I ended up hanging up on him because I needed these guys to start moving, right? Instead of listening to live commentary about how his life's about to end. And so then we start moving. I tell Brandon, hey, start having Alice ping my number, which is what I originally told him to do, and he refused. But so now Alice is pinging me, and the ping is coming from like the resort off of Great Ocean. But anyways, these are getting into details that unless you want to transcribe this,
I am actually writing it as your
okay, that is actually perfect. So after that occurs, actually, if you could write this in a means in which I'll just dump that in the other report as well. Like, this is my statement.
Yeah, I figured I'm going to write it in my timeline one and then clean it up for the formal statement. Okay,
beautiful. So, what do you call it? Yes. So, to recap, after we're down here, we're getting prepared. Ventura is getting the troops. It's 5 minutes to 6. I remember that vividly. 6 being roughly when shit was about to pop. I get the phone call from Brandon. Brandon's like, where are you, Brian? You blah, blah, blah. And like, and I'm like, yo, where the fuck are you? You need to come to us. I'm telling him to come to the observatory. He is refusing to. I then eventually hang up on him after asking him to ping me a few times, and he refuses. I further get these guys ready. I'm like, listen, it's going to be at any moment. This guy's a dumb fuck. He won't come to us. He then calls me again, goes, Brian, I hear helicopters. Wah. And I say, okay, well, you need to tell me where you are. And he's like, I don't know, Great Ocean. I'm like, where? Like a very just indescriptive, like inactionable fucking commentary. Like, and eventually I tell him, like, listen, he's like, oh my God, I think they're here. I think they know I'm here. And I tell him, have Alice ping me. I think my ping number was 99 or 90 something, whatever. So now she pings me. It's by the resort. And then as we get into the vehicle, he calls me and goes, Brian, thanks. They got me. And then he hangs up. We then get into a police chase. Well, no. We then start to search for a vehicle. We do not know what vehicle it is or what it is. And somebody, it was Ventura. I was with him. We were, I want to say, by Route 68 and Great Ocean. And we witnessed two speeding cars. Someone may have originally called it out, but Ventura was like on its ass. The first vehicle came back to Misha Stafffield. And I can tell you that was him. Not positive ID, but it was him. It was his car. It was a red in color muscle car. I believe 2-door. I could very much identify it. I may even have the plates somewhere in my Sherricks.
That's one thing that what's lacking is plates.
Yeah. And then what happens afterwards is, so we drive, and this is how I know it's Misha, because it's like Misha's like normal clothes, but once again, not like pause ID, but we may be able to cross the line to get there. Is that he is then pit on the little snake path right past Hookies. And that's when the vehicle spins and I get like a good fucking look, right? We then keep on driving and we finally find the vehicle that Brandon is in. I don't remember what the original one was. I think it was a Vaca.
Yeah, there were multiple that identified a Vaca.
Yes. Now, I can't speak to each and every like vehicle swap.
You want me to tell you really quick how the swaps?
Yes.
Vaca into Feltzer, Feltzer into Frogger, Frogger into Gray Sentinel
Yes,
Classic,
the Feltzer.
Sentinel Classic
Oh,
into
when it got to Feltzer, there was a swap. And I can tell you the Amagio was driven by Sneaky. Positive ID on Sneaky. Positive fucking ID on Sneaky. Misha is like 80%. We're going to get that from what I said with some of the other phone subpoenas. We're also going to get it because we got to go live tap Brandon's phone. We need to live tap it until he's back into our custody for his safety. We know he is kidnapped by the Faceless.
Right.
Wait, he doesn't have his phone.
Does he have any of the...
It was taken
burners?
from him. Actually, okay. I don't know if we ever gave it back. I'm going to be honest.
Huh.
But anyways, Sneaky was there.
Okay. So we're on the red Dominator. Is pit near Hookies. You get a good look. Not positive ID, but it looked like Misha.
Yeah.
All right, what happened after that?
And then there was like swaps. There was like one, there was a point where we had pit the vehicle up in like by the vineyard, by the big church, not the vineyard, the Vinewood, by like the big church. And oh, by the way, he was in handcuffs.
Okay.
There was a lot of swaps, and people and everyone was kind of like chilling. Like it was kind of like chill vibes, if that makes sense. Which, understandable. We're not trying to hurt him, right? Throughout this entire time, there was probably 2 Blackhawks involved. Suspected to be Hammer 9, which is what I learned from Delta One last night. That these rogue agents broke away from Hammer Squad.
Yes, we talked about that, and that's the 2 people that died, I believe, are also part of rogue Darkstone agents.
We're unsure. He mentioned a name.
They stated fuck Delta One and fuck the Faceless.
Who did?
The 2 that were killed.
Wait, when did we get that?
It was in somebody's statement.
Oh.
They pulled him over. They held up Daisy. They stated fuck Delta One, fuck the Faceless. They fled, and that's when they were pulled over again when they opened fire and were shot.
Oh, wait, Daisy?
Yeah, Daisy got held up by these 2 when they.
Oh my God!
And then they shot Selena Frost.
Yep, that was it. Good. Delta One wasn't able to ID them yesterday. He actually mentioned a different name, which we need to get back from him. I don't remember it. I was fucking fried.
There was a lot going on, yeah.
But that name is not on the DOA list. And that apparently the name that he gave me is the name of like their organizational leader. Like he's the guy that like mounted the troops, which if we don't have a body, he might still be out there. So that I would actually right now spin up a separate report. For now, label it, Hammer Squad. And we'll put Brian Fix tag on it. And a note that says like, hey, we need to re-engage Delta One and get the name, and kind of add as a notice, Hammer Squad may have gone rogue from Darkstone and maybe now operating in the city. And there's a problem.
They gonna join Bobby's crew?
That's exactly it. I mean, why wouldn't they?
I mean, it seems likely. All right, so we got that one. We can deal with that part later. All right, so you pit a car, church near Vinewood. Is that when the Epsilon shootout happens?
Later. The shootout happened after the vehicle had already taken off. Yeah. Chris got shot there, which we need to have a chat with Chris. I think he needs to be brought down to deputy and given more time to soak.
I agree.
He's a good guy. He just has so much learning to do. And unfortunately, like, he's gonna hurt himself if he doesn't get training sooner than later, because he's making a lot of mistakes that you normally get through, like having a lot of time with
experience
veteran.
with PD.
Exactly.
So McAllister, is he a full marshal or deputy?
He's I bumped him to a deputy as a consequence of his, and he's a good deputy. Like, he needs soak time on patrol.
I wanted to make sure. He was asking, he's like, do I still have my APC cert and sniper cert? And I was like,
no.
Everything is Brian approval right now. Those certs do not matter. Because I guess Blunt was trying to ask who had APC certs last night.
Yeah, Blunt needs a bit of a... Blunt's not around enough to probably catch on some of these things. Those certs, like, literally don't exist right now. They're Brian only. Yeah. In fact, if we have tags, we should probably rip them at some point. That should be on our...
I think I removed them. I might just delete the tags for now and we can remake them.
Yeah, that might be the move.
Because then we don't have to worry about them being used.
Yeah. Blunt is fantastic. He remains as marshal. And he's been taking, like, feedback, I think, pretty well. I think because they've been in their own bubble for a while, they do not fully recognize the cultural expectations in San Andreas, and Blunt is taking it on very well. Like, that's why I can describe it as like sometimes he's a little too aggro, right? Which isn't a bad thing. We need that, right? The important thing is he's willing to take the feedback. So, yeah, he's
so that was something I kind of talked to McAllister about as well today. He was like, you know, there's so much going on. Every time I get on duty, you know, I'm one of the oldest marshals, so everybody's asking me. And I was like, that's not a you thing. We have a lot going on as marshals. Like, take a breath, focus on what you need to work on, and stop getting focused on the things that don't matter.
He needs to focus on what he's assigned until he's a full marshal.
And I told him, I was like, you need to focus on the Bobby thing. That is the biggest thing. We need that on the docket within 5 days. Like, you need to get that done.
I think that, thank you. I want you to work McAllister, get him to focus on his work. And you know what I want him to do? And this kind of goes with everybody as well. Do not ever speak on behalf of the director, right? That's critical because it's going to fuck them. And he's doing well with that. But I think, you know, the way to resolve it is people ask, say, I'll put in a, they should just make a report if they can't,
right?
You know? And I get it, right? I know why, because a lot of people are demanding things from marshals unnecessarily. And I think
I witnessed him on the phone twice today say he could not talk about something. Oh, I actually wanted to talk to you about this. Remy Ironside asked McAllister about what's going on with Bobby, because she keeps seeing him around blacked out with other people.
Yep.
I didn't know if you would be willing to pull her in on the Kappa investigation so she can help McAllister, especially since she's running into him constantly.
We'll chat. Make note to talk to McAllister about it, see what its comfort level is.
I talked to him. He would like to. I told him I wanted to go through you before anybody.
I think the thing is that we don't need more. He needs to work on.
He's saying he doesn't. He needs help.
Oh. Okay, let's talk to him because we need to know what that means. Well, then he needs to get with Blunt.
Okay.
And figure out if he's got a case and then push the case. Because here's the thing, right? Whatever the fuck Bobby is doing now, I was involved with him at Shift 3. I don't think Bobby's activities right now are even a part of the bigger thing anymore, right? I was gonna contact Remy and just be like, anything, can you just document and put a marshal tag on it for us to like take a look at? Yes. So that he isn't directly involved, but we're still getting that information. Because the thing is, like, I don't think Remy should not be on this at all. This is, and what I mean by that is she can investigate Bobby all she wants, and that's fine, right? Because the thing is, like, if Bobby's doing, this is something that a lot of people do not know how to close cases. The majority do not. And I'm gonna give how to T-sip and get information. Well, I want to be very specific here, right? Some people are unable to even conceptualize a case unless you have a hot gun. For example, this situation in Babylon with Lang and Company, that was that was up someone like Pred's alley, right? He needs the gun. It's like very straightforward case. You have a gun, you have this, you have people, that's it, right? It's just as long as you document everything, that's like you're like, that's it. The forensics and the statements make the case. It's very easy. It's a home run, right? On the other end of the spectrum, you have cases that like the one that like Springfield is working, where there's a lot of evidence, but you have to actually concoct a non-typical
You have to be able to
argument.
articulate.
Exactly. And an example of that also is what McAllister's case is, right? He's going to articulate treason. You're making an argument that is not A plus B equals C, right? Babylon case, A plus B equals C. You know, someone died. These are the guns. These are the bullets. It's murder, right? With the Bobby case, it's here's the material. Here's where this is. Blah, blah, blah. What do you call it? We believe it's this. Judiciary, do you agree? Right?
Right.
The problem is sometimes people get caught up in that latter one that they continue investigating endlessly without saying we're done, right? We could have done it with Brandon, right? We could have done it with some of these others. We don't. Anyways, I'm going way off topic. McAllister should be paired with Blunt to close out the treason case, in my opinion.
Okay. No, I agree with that.
He has everything. He does not need to look more into Bobby. If the DOJ agrees, they agree. If they disagree, they disagree. Right?
He's trying to transcribe every single interrogation, and I told him he probably shouldn't and just focus on getting the facts of the case and not work on like the side transcribing and all of that.
I actually think I made a mistake. Norman is getting onboarded.
Okay.
I think we throw Norman at it.
Okay.
Fresh set of eyes. Blunt's gonna have some bias, right? Because he's known Bobby for a while. That I don't mean like malicious bias, just bias of how long he's known him, right? I think we tag him with Norman. Norman looks at it and says, "Here's what I need," right? So
I think we might have to be like, all right, McAllister, like, because as of right now, I don't know where he's doing it. There's nothing that like I can see that he's actively working on besides transcribing. Like there's nothing put together. And he needs to get that put together to begin figuring out if you have a case or not.
yeah, we have to break him out of he has an idea. His intuition is good, but he's not going to know how to close because he's probably never done it before, right?
Yep.
So, okay. Easy.
He goes like, how do you even serve subpoenas? Like, do you just text it to him?
I'm sorry?
He was asking how to serve subpoenas, like if you just text him. So that's how like little that they've even gone down that route.
They haven't done subpoenas?
He's never served one. So he was asking about the raid. He contacted Bobby about giving his raid receipt. Bobby hadn't contacted. I was like, you need to just text it to him so it is documented and we are not
his only responsive. Okay. Easy. All right. I'm glad you noticed this. Here's what we do. You overwatch from like a command level.
Yep.
And let's get Norman tagged with him and let's send it.
Okay. I'll let him know he's gotta get everything he has currently in writing so Norman has something to look at.
Yeah. And fuck the transcripts.
Yeah.
Unless Norman asks.
Yeah, I tried telling him like that's not. I get
no
you
one
want to
gives
use evidence.
No one gives a fuck
what you
about
have
transcripts.
down.
Yeah. No one cares about transcripts unless you need to like. Yeah.
All right, okay, back to this. You pit a car near the church in Vinewood. What happened after that?
More chasing and more Blackhawks. There was a lot of tucking. Eventually, the final vehicle. I think in Vinewood is maybe when we got him. I think it is. When we were in Vinewood by the big church, I think is when we got him into a vehicle. Now, this is the bit where I'm letting you know because it's something I need you to be aware of that we need to train into folks, and this includes Blunt, is he was put into the vehicle and driven off, like very far. And that's kind of like a, how do I put this?
I know what you're saying already.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I see there was triages that took place. McAllister was complaining that, you know, they weren't the best triages. They should have been more secure.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know how to... Listen, they're from a different place. Then that sort of stuff is not acceptable here, right?
There is... I don't want to get off topic, but archivist stuff happening on Twitter.
It's fine. We'll get to it afterwards. That's one thing that I actually want you to also have a chat with McAllister as well as Blunt, and find a way to get them to understand that when it comes to these things, suggestions are good, but do not bitch and do not second question if it comes into that line, because then it gets really awkward as to why, you know, certain things are unacceptable. You know exactly what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
All right.
Like, there's a reason we secure scenes.
Yes.
At the scene or near the scene.
Yeah. There's a reason why we didn't just shoot somebody. Yeah, there's a lot of these SOPs that exist that are, you know, multi-year. Yeah, anyways. Okay. What's next?
So Valentino was secured. What happened after he was secured?
There was a point where PD bought, okay, so the chase was very long and people were getting exhausted and getting frustrated. Pit started to increase really high and had to start pulling people back because, you know, it was dangerous for Brandon if we went too fast. Yes, he could die, but we can't just murder him so they don't get him. We need to, but we're willing to take certain higher levels of risk, like 100 miles an hour, but not necessarily 160 on the highway, right? The little things that even most people probably have forgotten since this new generation.
Those are more normalized in general now.
Yeah, but it's very rare we have a hostage in the vehicle, right?
True.
Also, back in the day, if you took a hostage and drove him around, we'd just magnum it. For reasons that also don't make sense, but
we're probably gonna have to pause this for 15.
Yep, I'll see you soon. I'm gonna put it like this, right? Yeah, so some of the guys, some of the marshals, I don't know. Listen, it's important to point it out. I need to, like, it's important that some of the guys who've been around in the marshals but haven't really had a lot of training within this PD, this one on whitelist, need a little bit of massaging, because I don't want to say that, you know, the other server has, I don't know what their vibe is. I don't know if that's how things are done, but there's certain things that are sort of like expected of the police department that is like OOC expectations, right? And some of those things are in the SOPs, and some of those things are like a part of the normal training that takes place. And so there's certain things that we're like not supposed to really do. Like, for example, when we get someone, like, make it virtually impossible for the other party to get. And that's where it's the person like myself, or someone like Angel, or someone like Pred, or someone like, you know, Rhodes or whatever, where you need to always listen to us because we probably know things that we have to have some level of like expectation for, right? There's like, you know, and those are the little things you learn over time. But if you're ever getting like you know, those are things you don't debate, Lord, because otherwise, you know, the easiest way is /OOC. This is, you know, you'd have to /OOC it. So, yeah, they're like RPSOPs. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think that's why I was in a good position yesterday. Is yeah. But the good thing is, these folks have been very receptive, which is the important bit. Everyone involved was amazing. It was really good. What is this? Oh, this is the Lang phone calls. Yo, by the way, Tarkov today, chat. I don't know what time I'm doing Tarkov, but Tarkov is definitely happening today. I'm really excited for that. I need to buy the stashes. Oh my God. Your estimated wait time is 36 minutes. I bet our servers are probably fucked, yeah? Oh yeah, I saw this morning. So Murphy tried to put in an injunction to release the properties, which I'm not really sure how that makes any sense. Oh my God. Wait, they made this all public. Holy shit. That means the newspapers can eat. I'm pretty sure she already has a warrant extension. Oh boy. I think they're under the impression. Let me double check this. Three five two eight four. Wait. Oh my God. Okay, never mind. I thought this was more than it was. $25,000? What the fuck? Oh, 25,185. I don't know how much butt coin's worth. Where's the search warrant? Oh yeah, the new search warrant already got signed, and Yeah, there's a new search warrant. That I see what's going on. I mean, okay, I see what's happening. You don't have to put a date on it. I actually got confused reading. So Murphy is pretty much saying, yo, dog, please press charges. It's a meaningless filing. Welder fuck? Wilder fuck? Mission Row PD was bombed. Oh, with motorbikes. Good morning. Do. Chat, you know what my favorite part about being a marshal is? I don't have to go to shitty meetings. And the RP continues from the previous tsunami. I hate so much the PD meetings. The PD meetings it's literally Walmart. Hey guys, I just wanted to do a meeting here. You know, we have some new cereal. That's like, it's like it really is like retailer vibes, which I hate it because there is zero productivity, and I want to continue the RP that I'm engaged in, you know what I mean? It's good for, like, you know, because we investigate shit, obviously. You know, I feel like I'd be more into PD meetings if you went to the PD meetings and it was like excitement over the actual cases. Like, you know what I mean? So let me see.
I think PD bot's getting hacked today by the archivist, so have fun with that.
Well, it's LSPD property, you know what I mean? Sounds like a Miller thing. Okay, so couple things. One is, wait, where the oh, they're my drinks. So probably people should know that Lang is in custody now. I mean, they'll fucking figure it out.
I mean, it's on the reports, and there's an apprehension report related. Also, I did tell Carmine.
Oh.
I saw your report stated Buddha apprehended by Ruth.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know, I found that
he was pissed.
Yo, you know, we're getting money for it too.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
They asked her, like, who else was involved? Were you the one that placed the cuffs? I was like, don't worry, it was all marshals.
Oh, who
That made
has
him
the
even more
photo?
upset. Blunt was the one who took it.
Text him to have him send the photo. Do not pass that photo around, right? Listen, there's a little bit of fuckery we can do, but we can't do LSPD shit. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like very light, tongue-in-cheek, above-board fuckery. So... However, that photo, I think, is going to be, you know. Anyways, let's go back to... Oh my God, Crane's around. You know he's planning on joining the Marshals, right?
Is he really? I think he would be probably the one. I think every single marshal, like I know McNulty and Aldo aren't around much. Crane would be the perfect one to do a final eval.
I agree.
I just didn't want to dole it out to any of the departments because that's not fair to them, and it, you know. They need to train their own people too.
So...
You're totally following me.
All right, we were on the timeline. Valentino was secured by McAllister. Then what?
No, was it McAllister or was it Blunt? Whatever. Oh, yes. I remember now. So we ended up, you know, ultimately we ended up at the airport. I didn't like that, but it is what it is, right? There's like strategic and then there's, but whatever, right? So, now keep in mind at some point I started to lose control. People were getting like antsy and sort of trying to end the situation, right? Which is fine.
Yeah.
As long as you do it in a way that's all right. And so there was a point where I was like, fuck it. Like PD bot wanted to get involved. I'm like, fine. But at some point, and I didn't hear the radio comms. And I think my radio was fucked. You wake long enough, your fingers start to feel a little certain way. But he hacked onto the vehicle that Brandon was on. And we could see the blip. We found it again. It got removed very quickly. But ultimately, I had Brandon out of cuffs because we weren't planning to arrest him. We legally cannot keep him in cuffs.
Yeah.
And after he was removed from the cuffs, this dumb fuck started running around. So I asked him to get back in cuffs. And he was like, no, you're going to get me killed. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. It's like the most brain damage I don't fucking know. And then, you know, other cars came in. Like there was a grenade that was thrown. It was told to me and I told them to relax. Like, so apparently like a Babylonian vehicle came in, for example, in which...
Hold on. Sorry, I hate to interrupt. Just got a text from Duncan. Carmine is telling all the officers at the meeting that I stole their money for arresting Lang.
Who cares? Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. I mean, the beauty of success is those that matter are not going to get hampered.
Yo.
Those that care, we don't wish to work with anyways. Right?
Yep.
So, where was it going? Yes. So we had Brandon for a good, like 10, 15 minutes. And that's when things sort of went sideways. There was the first shooting. I think that's roughly around the time that I think Daisy was held up or something. Chris had gone down in the hills. I don't know, like, where Chris was. I don't know what was going on with Chris. Like, somehow they got shot. I told everyone to leave that area, but they stayed around. They got shot. I've been meaning, who cares? Something happened.
That, yeah.
And then, what else?
So from what I saw, somebody threw a grenade.
Yes.
They ended up shooting.
Hunter ended up, I believe, coming in like a Babylonian armored vehicle. And like he threw a grenade and I think it like blew up Daisy, I want to say. To which like Jenna. And they were blown up and then Opal got them up. McAllister and Blunt immediately tried to open a case on her. And I'm like they were telling me about it. I'm like, brother, like drop that shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, apparently she got her, I don't know if it was like scuff or some shit, but I'm pointing this out again to just kind of underline.
That makes a lot more sense. I was reading the reports and it didn't. And McAllister was like, he was down, then he was up, and then there's reports of he was shot after being grenaded, but then shot after pulling out an M7.
Yeah.
70.
I'll speak to Opal myself to understand. Opal's not going to do some weird shit, right? And I don't want to open up a fucking case on something that might be, you know.
No, that doesn't
like
seem...
might be like founded in scuff or
do that maliciously. She would only do it under the correct circumstances.
But I'm underlining this more from like our training perspective. Opal is not our direct responsibility, right? But Blunt and you know, McAllister are, and these are just, I'm pointing these things out not to say that they suck or anything. They're just things that we need to kind of get them to have a better understanding of, right? And I think the key on those points is that and McAllister did the right thing, is he brought it up to me, like, and that's kind of what I want them to do, is like they should be coming to me and you, who've been around long enough in this county, this state, to interpret those matters appropriately, right? So, which hopefully they take that well, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, next. So at that point, I believe we stopped getting attacked. Myself and some brought, rewinding back, there was a point with the Black Amaggio where Alice Omen ended up popping out of the trunk of, like, it was a two, PD bot informed us that the archivist wants to meet with him.
You think Duncan can handle that?
No, hold on. Radio check.
Affirmative. Into.
It's you.
Hey. All right. Angel, you on free?
Yes, sir.
All right. Easy. Just wanted to make sure there was someone else on this.
Yeah, we're using this for the PD bot stuff right now.
Biometric signature suggests there is only one life form at the meeting location.
All right, under sheriff's on that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the text made it sound like he went rogue or something. So, okay. So, next up, so Alice Omen had been in the trunk, like somewhere in between the chase, had been in the trunk of the Black Amaggio. I wasn't present when she popped out, but when they took her into custody, they found out it was Alice Omen. It was stated that Alice Omen, like there were, under sheriff is on it, so I'm not too concerned. I thought you meant he did Okay, sorry. I was just letting okay. So Duncan's monitoring the archivist thing. Undersheriff's on it. I thought he was doing it unmonitored, but looks like they're Gucci gang. Alice Omen, at one point, Brandon had mentioned that they were threatening to kill Alice. But we got Alice into custody, so that removed a bit of the threat, right? And she stayed at Mission Row for like a good, like, I don't know, hour or something. While we eventually got Brandon. I got Brandon back into the interrogation room, and then a bunch of other units took the 95s, make sure they got medical. Rooker did a fantastic job, you know, dealing with the DOA. She is, I can't say enough how exceptional she is. We need more Rookers. Like,
she is, yeah, I agree.
She doesn't complain. She doesn't like she produces quality fucking, like, if you need someone by your side on a scene, she's gonna do what needs to be done. Her reports
are like better than mine, and mine are usually pretty damn thorough.
Yeah, if she's got friends, like, we should just hire them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
and like, even, I don't know if you recall the scene where we were chasing the bug stop people. I was with her, and I wanted her to kind of pursue, because I just wanted to kind of evaluate how she does on the field. She's solid on the field. She knew, you know, somebody has their lethal. She needs like one lethal, one non-lethal for foot chases. Like, she was solid all the way around.
Yeah. And the other thing I noticed with Rooker is, like, something will need to get done that people tend to skip, and she's already on it. And there isn't, like, I don't know. It's, I'm going to be real with you. She's the reason I genuinely think that we even got the Babylon case. Because I remember others went to bed and she stayed up and, like, fixed the evidence, noticed there was guns missing, like, literally, like, fixed it all. It was crazy. So,
yeah, she's very self-motivated and very thorough, and she has a good head on her shoulders on what needs to be done.
Yeah. Can you imagine the fact that, like, she wasn't on patrol ever?
She was only allowed.
Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, huh? Like, yeah, no wonder no one wanted to fucking join the marshals. They probably think they have to sit in a fucking, like, how do you learn anything?
You can only do reports.
Oh my God.
Like, reports are a part, but they are not the soul.
Yeah.
Well, come on.
So next, I made the decision to
treated, Brandon was getting interrogated.
I decided to hold them until this morning, right? Like 24-hour hold, because we didn't know what the fuck was what happened. And I think that's something that we need to determine at the end of this, whether we just charge them or pull their records first. I am of the opinion that holding them is no longer worth, unless we wish to raid them. But they did not inherently. They literally just did kidnapping. It's the problem with.
Yeah.
It's fundamentally the issue that with our law, right?
Well, this is why I really want to push. We need a justice to look at the enemy of the state for the faceless, because then it could be aiding and abetting, and then at least we have something more than like
exactly. At least there's like another level of pressure, even if we may not bring that all the way to court, right? You may want more substantiating evidence. That's why I think the key is that we keep pushing conspiracy.
I mean, the aiding and abetting is 150 months. Like, it's just a time and fine. It's not even a hold.
Yeah.
It's a little wait. You know, you want to be involved in these big situations. You're not just getting like reckless evading and kidnapping. But it's also not as bad as like what you're doing is treason.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. So Brandon was interrogated. What happened after that?
After all this, we need to get in a car and I need to like get the videos up and whatnot.
Yeah.
But he told me that he worked for the Faceless. Wait, listen, we can charge him for everything between the initial showing of the tablet to whatever. But in there, he states that he's working. This bit, do not put out.
I'm gonna put it in one of our
Just
betas.
say
It's not going in the main one.
let's skip what was said in interrogation for now. Ultimately, Alice didn't want to talk. Brandon did. For his safety, we are not going to put that in there. At this point, you just might as well call him Brandon because everyone fucking knows. He's very open about it.
So after Brandon gets interrogated, what happens there? This is the big gap I have. This is where
he wanted to. Yeah.
made a
Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to remember details. Alice didn't want to talk. He did, and but we'll skip that bit. They wanted to leave, and they wanted to go to sleep. It was actually fucking annoying of Brandon, especially. He was being a little brat, and he was demanding he stay in a house off of Sonora Road, the Mime House. Nobody knew other than like me where we were going. Literally, that's it. And we put them in the back of an LSPD vehicle that was blacked out. Like only the windows. Like it looked like a normal car. And then we took 20 PD cars and exited Mission Row PD because somebody was lurking outside. Somebody like Faceless related. I don't remember who. And everyone went in different directions, allowing me to drop him off at this house without any like sign of him being there. And then not like 15, 20 minutes have gone by. And not even 15, 20 minutes have gone by and fucking and I hear from Erin that she saw some car, this blue car and this Greenwood, which later was found to be Frederick White's, was leaving Sonora Road, that house, with a downed individual, the downed individual that turned out to be Alice Oman. So somehow they got caught. How? I don't know. Now, I originally suspected that maybe Alice, and I was wondering this the entire time, is that they're with Alice. He's with Alice. They find him. Now, keep in mind, going back to the beginning of the story, that fucking Alice, that these guys literally got caught like 5-10 minutes into like 6 p.m. Like immediately. Like, how is that even possible? Right? And I was already wondering if it was Alice. And even in interrogation, he's like, no, it's not. But then all of a sudden now he's found again, right? With Alice. Now I'm like sus of Alice. But something tells me that it's more likely than not that Brandon actually just did some dumb shit. Because he's been suicidal from the very beginning. Even the fact that he wouldn't let us into cuffs, which is a saving grace for Alice. Like, I mean,
him hitting McAllister and taking off. You know he punched McAllister too, right? Before he ran away?
No.
He punched McAllister, according to a statement, and then tried to flee, saying he was scared of the little bird. And that's when they came back with a grenade and tried to pick him up again. It seemed like he wanted to be caught.
I agree. And that's the thing that I keep going back to, that I think, actually, that's where you need to read the latest newspaper. Someone pointed it out to me. I think it might have been Delta One. I don't remember who, because it was such a long night. But the last line in that newspaper says, memories last with death or some shit. I don't know. Made by a like an unknown faceless asset. I think he wants to die a
who would that
martyr.
be?
Yeah, like the last line almost infers he wants to die a martyr.
Or he's playing a... He's being